Happy Friday, everyone. Jay here with the Whiskey Lab, and we have another Scotch we're going to be tasting today. Today's episode's a little bit special, though. I'll talk about that more later. What we're focusing on today is a single cask from Whispering Waters, our third cask that we ever bought, our third release. This is a single grain. It's 35 years old from the North British Distillery. Now, I've opened this bottle and I've been enjoying this and used this for a couple different presentations, but this 35 year had slight design changes on our labeling. Now, we don't put tasting descriptions on the side anymore. That got picked up and kicked out a couple times. And then we did a little design change on the side here. But what we're doing differently now is handwriting ABV, alcohol percentage, and bottle number. Before it was just the bottle number. This allows us to not worry about any angel share loss when it comes to bottling. And we had some. When we tested this cask last summer, it was 46.9%. When it came to bottling, it was 46% even. And so what we're going to do today is go through tasting. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. But before I do that, I want to tell you why today's episode is special. Now, the Whiskey Lab is partnered with a nonprofit for veterans. As a veteran-owned company, we're focusing on a couple different things, but one of the partners that we're working with today is the Whiskey Valor Foundation. So first, we're going to go to the webpage. I'm going to show you this gift bottle that we're doing and tell you a little bit about that, and then we'll go into the tasting. So we have the website pulled up here. You can see Whiskey Valor Edition. There's some gold laser engraving on it. I don't have that bottle in front of me, but this is about what it'll look like with the laser engraving for the Whiskey Valor Foundation. We're limiting this to 120 bottles, and every sale, all the profit from these sales gets donated to this nonprofit organization that supports veterans. So that's why I'm highlighting this bottle today, this Friday, to announce today the bottle is available. It's on our website right now, $195, and it will deliver to your doorstep in 46 states. So 120 available, or were available, orders have started being placed. We're going to post this up on social media and a couple other things, but let's dive into the tasting. We'll go to our new screen here, testing out. I did get some feedback. I knew we need to change some of the font sizes and whatnot, but here we go. I'm going to pour this out. This, again, North British 35 year. This single cask, it matured entirely in an ex-bourbon cask. There's no special finish on that. It just sat 35 years, got down to 46% alcohol naturally. But if you look at that, we're going to put a little white sheet behind it so you can see the true color there. It is just a golden hue. It's a golden hue. Let me check out my color guide here. I'd say, let's check it out on camera. This has a better color than last week. I think you saw a little bit of the impact of a sherry cask, a little bit of redness. But this just being ex-bourbon, 35 years old, we're in the deep gold Amontillado sherry, 0.8, 0.9. I think it's a beautiful color just to look at, but we're not here to look at color. We're here to drink whiskey. 46%, there's just a, wow. Now you can smell a little bit of acetone initially. That's the alcohol scent, but it's pleasant. It smells sweet, light, floral. I love it. Now, whenever I do a nose, I try to get some deep sniffs. You don't want to put your nose right in there. What you start with, just at the tip, and then work your way in. You don't want to burn your nostrils out. I've been doing this for a while, so stick my nose right in there. But if you're just new to this and starting out, put it right at the tip and then take a few whiffs, breathe some fresh air, smell your skin, kind of neutralizes what you're smelling, and then dip your nose right in there. Yeah, that smells really, really floral. Now that fresh, floral, almost like springtime scent on the palate blasts off into different flavors once we taste it. I'm getting, it's very subtle on the spices that you would get from a single malt or the impact that you get from ex-bourbon casks. Very slight spice to it, but it's like fruity. And it has the zesty punch and the finish as it's going on here. But it's a fruity, almost like a caramelized cake. I don't know the word I'm looking for. I should know this because I'm doing a video. But it is very fruity, very floral, and it's got like a, I don't know, like a caramelized banana peel, if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe that. If you look at the tasting notes on the website, one of our sommeliers says, pineapple upside down cake and lemon sorbet burst out before the gentle spices. So I got a little bit of that fruitiness, this caramelized sugar that I get, and the finish is just long and true. It's like you're sipping on this very old aged bourbon, but it's Scotch. It's a single grain Scotch. 80% of the malt that went into this, or the grain that went into this, was wheat, and the other 20% barley. So got this long fruity finish on my tongue here. This is definitely a springtime, summertime dram that you can just sit and enjoy for a while. It's still going on, still finishing, and just this tropical fruity finish comes off after you let that intense flavor kind of mellow down in your tongue after a few moments. So take another sip. I am not adding water to this. It's 46%. It needs nothing. It's perfect the way it is. Let's go back over to the website though, and we'll go through kind of the images and talk a little bit more about it. So we have the back side of the bottle, and that's the beauty with these Whispering Waters bottles. We can get almost anything you want engraved on it. It's a $15 charge for it. So you see the $15 increase in price. But again, we're donating 100% of the profits from this release to the Whiskey Valor Foundation, and then some. We're going to take an extra $500 on top of the profits and add that and donate to these guys. Now, we met the founder of the Whiskey Valor Foundation this past November at an event in Washington, D.C. We've been in contact with them through and through. We're going to go to their website and check that out in a few moments. But here we have 120 bottles. Through Barrel Picks, we aim to raise awareness and funding for organizations and initiatives that serve veterans. That's really near and dear to me. So that's why I wanted to give our third release, our oldest release, and I'd say it's the most applicable to the American consumer. Whiskey lovers on both sides, American whiskey, bourbon, Scotch, they love this. There's no one who would not like this dram, this 35-year-old single grain, single cask strength Scotch. So on the nose, bright zingy fruit, touch of grass, summer blossom, a little bit of green apple. It is elegant. And that green apple, maybe that's that sweet acetone scent that they're very, very similar. It's just kind of what word you pick to describe it. Very floral. I got that when I nosed it. Pineapple upside down cake. I don't think I've ever had that, so it's probably why I didn't say that, but it's like a caramelized, sugary fruit as it's developing on your palate and you're tasting it. Very, very subtle spices. I don't know if it's nutmeg or not, but I taste just the impact of oak. Finish, long, sweet, fruity. Get that banana peel, that zest, like a you're squeezing it and you got a little mist from the fruit's peel that just enhances the flavor as like a shock, but it continues on your tongue. So really good dram here. We'll put this up to the camera. You can see it a little bit closer. Yeah, that's very good. Now let's pull up Whiskey Valor Foundation. Well, here we are, Whiskey Valor Foundation. We're on the main page. You can donate, you can join. If we click join, you're going to enter your email address. I've already responded. You can edit. I'm not going to edit that, but you can respond. You can get on their email list. You can donate. It'll cover their mission, so show some images. But again, it's about supporting the veterans. They do a lot of different initiatives. We'll go up and look at a couple more things here. Different events. They have a couple posted for upcoming. We actually have one that I'm doing with them private in May for a tasting event in DC. But they're doing events year round, and how they're funding these events and supporting veterans is through Barrel Picks. Now, they've been exclusively doing bourbon and American whiskey. When we met a few months ago, we talked about, well, what about Scotch? And we've been talking, we've been meeting. We just went to a tasting event together in DC, and they said, I have some supply of this wonderful 35-year-old single grain Scotch. Bourbon lovers will enjoy it. And they do. What if we dedicate just about all the remaining stock that we have to your foundation. We get it laser engraved with your logo, and then through sales, we'll fund your next event or we'll donate some money to your event. And here we are today. That's what we have. So this bottle will be laser engraved, delivered to your doorstep. You can always add more to your order, but check it out today. It is on sale. These will go quick. We'll probably only have about 2 weeks worth of stock before it sells out. 120 bottles, limited edition. We won't be doing it again for a Whispering Waters release, as we don't have any more coming out until the fall. We will be working together a little bit more in the future, but as of today, this is what we're offering, and I can't wait to give you some announcements for the future. Happy Friday. Cheers.